There you go, warming up.
Yeah, say that shit. Okay.
Is that
All
good?
my friends are dead. They're deader than yours. All my friends are dead. They're deader than yours.
Because
my friends are sad. We're sadder than you.
Okay.
The contents of this podcast are informational in nature, and neither Chain, nor Johnny, nor I, nor Random Realness is engaged in the provision of legal, tax, or any other advice. You should seek your own advice from professional advisors, including lawyers and accountants, regarding the legal, tax, and financial implications of any financial decision you contemplate. Additionally, the information shared on this podcast is not intended to be a substitution for diagnosis, treatment, or informed professional advice. You should not take any action or avoid taking any action without consulting with a qualified mental health professional.
Welcome to the show, Random Realness, episode motherfucking 51.
5-1.
51. We went away, dog.
That's 5-1.
Oh,
Right?
yeah, that's 5-1.
5-1,
Yeah,
yeah.
I thought you were trying to say 51 in Spanish. I'm like, nigga, no, that's not it. That is not it.
5-1.
And don't ask me to tell you because I couldn't.
Sanctre Uno.
You just said a
Cinco.
nigga's name from Compton, California. Sing Try, cuz.
Yeah, that
Sing Try Johnson, nigga.
that was 6ix9ine's group, wasn't it?
I don't-
6 no. Treyway.
I'm your host, Cherry, here with my co-host, J. White. How you doing, baby?
I'm doing good, man.
Yeah, as still kicked.
As still. Oh yeah, no. Today's been way better.
All right,
Today's
A
been
good
way better
Monday.
than last week. Yeah, this is a good Monday, fresh week. Gonna roll strong. Try to get as much done before Thanksgiving break. You know
It is a good week. I could tell. You want to know how I could tell?
how?
We got a guest.
Ooh,
Not just a regular guest. We got a special guest.
who?
First female on Random Realness
Okay,
per this episode.
okay.
High school basketball coach.
Author,
Published author. The one and only Cale 206 on Instagram. Cale, how you doing, girl?
I'm good. That was a crazy intro. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no, you're welcome.
That was crazy.
welcome.
Yeah, we're glad to have you.
Yeah, that was a lot to process.
What? The whole...
The whole me on the
You said,
Facebook.
hold on, that's me? You're
Yeah.
talking about me? You thought I was talking about Michael Jordan or something, huh? The GOAT.
Man.
Give us right off the top. Let us tell us about F.L.Y.
Okay, so there's this theory that I have that I've made into acronyms, and it's flyby, and it's first love yourself by yourself.
Okay.
And I feel like I'm proof that you can do that, but not be doing it alone. If
Okay.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's fire.
Yep.
that's hella fire.
That's dope. When did you think of that?
In those acronyms during the pandemic. Because
Oh, you just had time. You just big chilling.
Hell no, I was working all during the pandemic. I was
Okay.
working with the trash company.
Okay.
Okay.
You didn't get no free check? You got a little bit, huh?
No.
No?
You don't get no hazard pay. You don't.
Damn.
No. It was actually crazy. But I was also me and some friends, we was all kind of pandemic together. So in like one house. So my pandemic was actually phenomenal. I won't lie.
Okay.
I had a great time.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like the pandemic low-key made me like lazy.
Damn, I would say it made me like reflect on how much work I was willing to do for other people,
Yeah.
and like kind of like prioritizing family or the vision of like wanting time for loved ones. Because I was on a crash course for like work nonstop, and they can just see the benefit. They can just see the benefits of the cash that comes one day. But I was willing to
Not the benefits of you being there.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna be present, and like now I'm like more in a blend from the pandemic, and I got lazy in the pandemic. I've had best years
right.
since then, so I can't say like the pandemic made me lazy because I had multiple shifts?
I meant specifically in during the pandemic.
Oh, during the pandemic?
Damn, nigga just took a shot at me. He said, "Bitch ass nigga, get your shit together, nigga. I'm still out here shucking and jiving, moving and grooving." What the fuck?
Nigga still blaming the pandemic. It's gonna be like 2030
over for 4 years, Jamer. God damn, dog.
2032. Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? The pandemic really got me
I'm
fucked
just waiting
up
for that
right now.
death pick, really. That's all I'm waiting for.
I'm waiting for that next check to come because they still owe reparations for 21.
You see that shit I have to deal with? Nigga low key took a shot like I'm like, get y'all to it, fuck nigga. Yeah.
I did not. Oh, well, that's not what I was trying to do.
Anyway, it's real nigga talking.
Yeah.
Okay, then I'll speak.
Okay.
My bad. Too much?
It's been a good episode. 51.
Over and out.
No, so you originally from Seattle, right?
Yes, born and raised.
Okay, so how long you been in Idaho?
When I graduated college in 2010.
Okay.
And then I came out here for July 4th and I haven't left.
Okay. Damn, so I'm just chilling with two old niggas.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
What?
I'm okay with it. I'm different. Like,
Yeah.
I got 3 gray hairs.
And
I
you
got
love
2
them,
in my
huh?
dog.
I remember you telling me that.
Dog, when you don't expect to live past 16,
Yeah.
before I was surviving, and this is what I discovered during the
In
pandemic.
Seattle?
Yeah, I just was so busy surviving that I never knew what living was, and now I'm figuring it the hell out, and it's lit over here.
Yeah.
It's hella tight
In the living space?
in the living space.
So you played basketball.
Yes.
And your basketball, did you say CSI?
Yeah, so I played, born and raised in Seattle, went to Garfield High School, and then after that I ended up going to Pepperdine, which at the time was like the 5th Ivy League school in the country.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And it's supposed to be okay, but when you was a nigga that 3 years ago was homeless in vans,
Yeah.
and your coach just took you in to give you an opportunity to be better, then go to the richest space in the world is the most insane and suicidal experience I've ever had. Mm-hmm. It was beautiful.
Imposter syndrome. I mean, I guess I get
imposter syndrome now. I didn't have imposter syndrome then because I didn't even understand. That was the first time I knew I was black. Like I have been so, even though I grew up in foster care, I genuinely feel like I have been so blessed and fortunate to be in certain spaces. Like I met Nelson Mandela.
Okay.
Really?
I met Nelson Mandela in school. We learning about him, right?
Uh-huh.
So then, of course, he did his 27 years. Uh-huh. We're taking a group picture. I'm standing next to him. And I look up at him and I said, honestly, I don't know why you so special. I know hella niggas that did 27 years. That's what I said.
Damn.
To Nelson Mandela.
What's wrong with you? My nigga, that is wild.
When I tell you I'm better, but the crazy part,
y'all better, I ain't lying.
the crazy part was he looked me in my face and said, you cannot free somebody that didn't know they was enslaved. Kissed me on my forehead and said, be well, my child.
Damn, that because he's so healed. He's so he was so advanced that he was like, I'm not even gonna go.
His first
crazy
7 years
he's
in
like-
there, he took his time to figure his shit out. And the next 20 years, he was perfectly, you know what I'm saying?
So how long were you at Pepperdine?
I was there. I said I did like it was a bid.
She said, she's about to break it down a month. 36 months.
It felt like it. It really did. But it was a year.
A year.
Yeah.
And so, when I think of Seattle, I already feel like Seattle would have you exposed to the world. Mm-hmm. And then going to the Ivy League school, was that a different type of exposure? And I guess to follow that up, were you rejected that opportunity? Any insight on that?
Well, I first and foremost didn't understand the position I was in because when I graduated high school, out of the top 25 teams, I had 17 of them that were recruiting me and offering me scholarships. And my silly ass, my dad doesn't know, so when he watches this, he's going to be pissed. I created a bracket, like an NCAA bracket, and flipped coins to figure out the school I was going to go to because I was so I didn't know no better. Real life, I had no idea what the hell I was getting myself into.
It was a game at that point. You just thought it wasn't I know specifically myself looking back 17, 18 years old, nobody knows what life is, So
Nah, everything about me is so much deeper. So it actually was the fact that only reason I was going to college was so that I could provide a space for my little brother.
okay.
So it was like, it was almost like, okay, cool, I'm going to a space. Everybody's telling me the richest space. I'm going to be able to get away from everything I've been to like redefine myself. But man, it was different. It was the first time. My whole life, I've always been like in survival mode, like I'm saying. But then once I went to Pepperdine, it was a mental like state of survival that was terrifying because you're not really taught how to be tough. Well, you are, but you don't realize you are until you're in those situations. So you either go with it or fold. And so far, I've shown the hell up for me.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Damn.
That's crazy. I guess I didn't realize
Yeah.
you grew up in foster care.
Hella tight.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. Super dope.
Yeah, the streets made me for real.
Oh, yeah.
Damn. Were you able to take your brother to Pepperdine? Were you able to have that space, or did?
No, but because my coach, my high school coach, ended up taking him into his house. And he
Okay.
gave him the same thing that he gave me.
Okay. And
And now he's playing in Australia. So we'll go ahead and give him some
Right.
love.
Shout out to Lil Brody.
Yeah.
there you go. Pop.
Shout out to Lil Brody.
Okay, so because I was like, I went, down your Instagram, right, and the brother you're talking about is the one that you're like always bigging up, and like, you posted the picture of like it said like Australia basketball and like his stats and stuff.
Yeah.
Where did he end up playing?
In Australia?
No, but I mean college.
Oh, he
sorry.
went to...
she said, "Nigga, I just said Australia 3 times." Like,
Australia, Mike. She said, Pepperdine, bitch, don't fucking play.
No, he went to NAU. He went to a small school in Washington. He actually...
like he was balling out.
Dog,
I saw you every time you'd post.
He's
that
just
nigga
a
stats.
late bloomer.
Yeah.
He was a late bloomer. And it's because I know for me, I tried my best to like not make him feel that playing basketball was cool. Like I wanted him to do what he wanted to do. Because he was a leader of the chess club. Like his brain is incredible.
Okay.
And he's hilarious. So
Okay.
I just feel like he could really, you don't got to be basketball.
Who showed you basketball, or how'd you get to basketball?
My pops, his name is Buck. And he's actually a legend in Seattle. Like, side note for him, since 2006, literally I know one player that did not get a college scholarship from his team.
Dude.
From 2006, there are 12 players on the
17
team.
years.
Dog. And he gets it done still. He just had a player go to USC.
That's fire.
What's in the secret sauce?
Oh, he's an asshole. It's discipline. He makes you work, but he feeds his ego is so annoyingly big, but in like the most loving way that he pours into your cup still, even though it's in a very not
Like a nonchalant way.
hell no. It's almost disrespectful. He
He like
loves you and
backhand compliments you.
He be coming for you, yeah, but the best part about it is like once I got to college, like just for an example, we're running and the coach was like, "You're gonna run till somebody throws up." So we're running, everybody's just gassed. I'm gassed too, but then we stop and players is throwing up, everybody's miserable, and he looks at me and I just start smiling. And the coach felt so disrespected. He was like,
You fucked up. You know you done fucked up, right?
He made me run so long after that.
Oh,
he was
goddamn.
like, nothing about this is funny. I said, everything about this is funny. For them, this is the hardest thing they've ever done in their life. And for me, this is the easiest.
That's
That was
deep.
the easiest moment of my life.
Yeah.
Damn.
So it was different. I just see things differently.
That's a fire outlook. She's thinking like, nigga, I have life issues I gotta deal with. You niggas are worried about
For
running.
real.
Like, the fuck you talking about?
I
Yeah.
had to worry about food.
Fact.
To
Heat
run?
and shit,
What?
right.
I'll run to eat? What?
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. Salutes on playing, like going to Pepperdine, having 17 out of 25 schools, like just that can't be overlooked, right? Like that is something that people don't get to like say, and they can't put that in their story. That you know what I mean. So just salutes on that. Sometimes I feel blessed that like I just played high school football on my high school team. Because there's so many people all day that be talking about this, about football and all the ins and outs, and they ain't ever even been
to
high school.
Right.
So, like, for you, you're go to the 1%, because I think to be a college Division I athlete, you're in the top 1% of high school students in the country.
Crazy.
At any given time.
That's crazy.
And if you're on scholarship, you're even in a
smaller percentage.
So
yeah, that's crazy. The craziest part is I was absolutely ass when I started. Like the worst player on my team, so much so that I shouldn't have made the team I was on.
Are you talking about like in 6th grade or something? Or
No,
like
I started in 8th grade.
In 8th grade.
Well, so 8th grade summer going into 9th grade. And Buck, he met me at a football camp. Mm-hmm. And I got MVP of the football camp, and they all thought I was a boy because I just was rough, just rugging it out. And he pulled me to the side and was like, "Hey, I heard you're a girl," and I'm like, "Yeah, last time I checked, I think so." And then he just was like, "Why are you doing this? Like, eventually you're gonna get boobs. It's gonna hurt. You can't play this forever. Let me teach you basketball." And I was like, "Basketball is for pussies."
Damn.
That's how I felt about it at the time, but once again, I loved like boxing. I loved the things that were keeping me alive. Right. Basketball felt like and looked like such a finesse sport that
you had to be gritty and tough. And,
I didn't have a space, I guess, to be gentle like I thought basketball was. Right. And then I learned the game, and it's the complete opposite. Mm-hmm. You can be as rough as you want to be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
it's different levels of roughness or different types of roughness, I guess, you know, like from the defensive aspect or in the post or setting screens, whatever it is. So
we had, oh, my bad.
I played in the hand check era. So, like, my hands are massive.
Yeah.
So I learned at a very young age that, because they called it a hot stove, so you can just hot stove people. So I would take them and I would throw their hips. So then they had to turn, and then I would play the passing lane because I knew exactly where I was going. And I have the steel record of CSI still for it.
Yeah?
Yep.
Okay. So CSI, that's Twin Falls, right?
Yep.
And like the CSI like legend is always like, oh man, they be having some ballers come through CSI, right? Because it's usually they fall from grace somewhere.
Pierre Jackson.
And get to see the CSI reboot, then usually go back out. Yeah. What?
CSI has some dogs.
Yeah, Pierre Jackson.
Man,
were you there at the same time he was? Yeah.
Yep, Sweet Pea.
Yeah, that boy nice.
He is cold.
And he's no bullshit, 5'10", 5'11". Like, he's little, but the nigga is...
I don't think he's in real life 5'11".
No? Really?
I don't think he's real life 5'11".
What would you say?
I think he's my height.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yes.
But he be booming. Like, he played at Baylor. 55 played at Baylor. And,
so incredibly athletic.
Dumb.
And
he's still balling.
When you got to CSI, did they tell you about all the like famous people that came through CSI? Do you know any off the top of your head, like maybe deeper than us?
No, they don't do that.
It's not that big.
No, it's not that it's not that big. It's just that everyone there got an ego. Mm-hmm. Like we all. The thing is, they're all players that understand they should be at a Division I. Mm-hmm. So when they're at CSI, you're just in a grind out fest.
It's
to
get
crazy
buckets
though.
To move.
Yeah, right. But like the stories that come with it are crazy. Like the individuals are absolutely not the most normal people that you'll deal with.
Right.
So there's that.
So on the coaching aspect, how long have you been coaching, or when did you start?
I started coaching a few years ago, so let's see, like 5 or 6. Well, I coached when I was in college and like going with Seattle back and forth. I coached with my dad's team.
Okay.
But what happened was he had a tournament out here, and I went and I sat on the bench because that's just what I did. Mm-hmm. And I started like just talking to the players and coaching them. And then after that weekend, they convinced me that I needed to start coaching.
Yeah.
And they said it's not necessarily because of any of the X's and O's that you teach me. It's how you teach me to see myself during the game. Because I change your mindset. Mm-hmm. It's a different world.
Right. What do you mean? What do you mean you change the mindset? Like
I was, because my next question was going to ask if you coach like Buck. But I feel like you just answered my question.
I do in a more subtle way. Okay. He coaches out of ego. Not out of ego. He coaches with the ego.
With ego, right.
But not like in an ego as a sense of bad thing. I think in order... Like Kobe. Kobe had an ego about
He's like, why the fuck would I pass you the ball when you guys show up last and first? Right.
Let me tell you the type of stuff my dad did. We went to the end of the trail tournament. We was in high school. I want to say this was our first time or second time going. I always went to the coaches' meetings with him, and he goes in there, shows up late. They're in the middle of talking. He goes, hey, I ain't got time for all this. I'm trying to find out if we can get our name on a trophy now or what. That's what he said.
Damn.
The type. So what you gonna do? Like, this dude gave me a home. I don't got a choice but to stand on what he's standing on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, the people that he had in his corner it was like a loyalty thing.
Nigga turned to Larry Bird. He said, which one of you sissies taking second?
For real. Yeah, for real. The people that he was in the room with on the women's basketball side, absolute legends. And he did not give a damn. So then they all became friends.
That's fire.
Yeah. Iron sharpens iron.
So do you, what high school do you coach at? Do you mind saying, or do you want to say? Or
no, that's okay. I coach at Mountain View High School.
Okay.
Meridian.
Okay. Women's.
Yep.
Okay. Varsity.
People tell me, varsity. I'm the head coach of the program.
Do I look motherfucking JV?
No. People tell me that I'm supposed to be coaching boys, but I don't want to coach boys.
Fun fact.
I would say why? Like, you're like, not that you couldn't, but like I could see you really giving the girls the D1 experience. Like, you've been there, you know what I'm saying? So like, why outsource that to the men? They already probably got plenty of people that they could try to pour into them, and they don't have to fight. I feel like women's sport has been short stick for so long, and I think in the last 2 or 3 years, they've started to like show the NCAA tournament at the exact same time with the same cinematics and stuff. I was checking on my ESPN today, and it was saying college scores. It said women's and men's score. It was all combined together, and you had to like look hard to see if it was women's or men's, which is like,
why has it not been like
why has it not been like that?
Right.
So,
because they didn't know no better.
They didn't.
But you don't want to coach boys because
I think that boys already they're gonna have somebody to figure it out. They don't need. I feel like what I teach the young girls is like, I'm big on learning how to advocate. So if they miss something, or say you're late to practice or whatever the case may be, I'll be like, all right, baseline. And then they'll say, coach, why are we running? And then I'll say, act so-and-so. And then you got to say it out loud. So you got to hold yourself accountable. If you're going to miss practice, you would text me and be like, oh, I got to do this or that. And I'm going to support whatever it is because I care about you as a human. Mm-hmm. So I support you. But one of the rules is you got to tell your team. Mm-hmm. It's not my job to tell them. If I got to discipline you, it's not my job to figure it out.
Right.
So
Damn, they got the secret sauce at Mountain View.
We will see.
Oh, God. Quick question.
Yes.
So you watch hoops like regularly? Like, you watch women's hoops regularly?
Yeah, I try to.
Okay.
My life is a little busy right now.
But
I try to.
You seen LSU got upset this week?
Absolutely.
What?
Absolutely.
By 14? Who other than Colorado University?
Right.
Them niggas are out here just putting on.
I did a little research. Okay. That Colorado team, they made it to the Sweet 16 last year. They went to the Sweet 16 last year. So they were already kind of like sort of nice. I would say, like, you know, you make it to Sweet 16. I think they were 5 and lost to Caitlin
Clark.
I was about to hit it with the gender again for whatever reason. I keep saying Caitlyn Jenner, like, but it's really
nigga got dick on his
Clark. Oh my god, yeah, you're just a good box of Wheaties. Wheaties. But anyway, so they lost in the Sweet 16, so they were already sort of nice. But the coach afterwards was like, hey, I've never seen the attendance at the girls' basketball game like that lit, right. Which I think is like a direct impact of what Deion Sanders,
the prime effect.
Everything Colorado is like gold right now.
No. We gotta first stop disrespecting Don Staley. Don Staley is the South Carolina coach, and she was prime before prime on the women's side.
Okay,
her players, dog.
She's such a dog.
Her players. They're getting paid more than the professors at the university. Mm-hmm. Like, she is making sure that all of these young women are learning to be young, great humans and really get the bag. Like, they don't even got to rush to go to the league because they're
South
getting paid
Carolina.
more.
That point guard right now with that behind the back up and
butter?
under. Yeah. What's her name?
I just remember her Instagram handles Lay Butter or something like that. Yeah.
Bruh, she's dumb.
She's cold.
But her coach was like, she's like, my coach told me, Don told me that I was generational talent in 8th grade, so I knew I was going to South Carolina.
Yeah, that's tight.
I said, nigga, could you imagine?
Don State, man.
But
Don State, I don't even know
who
this is.
I feel like he should pull a card almost. But anyways, I bet you know the
is this a female?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I always feel like there's been some like male coaches in collegiate sports that like almost like dominated for a little bit.
Yeah.
And so your card pulling right here is gonna reflect on this one question. Do you know who Pat Summitt is?
Yes, that's the lady.
There you go.
What, Pat Summitt? That's a female.
Yeah, but
that's what we're saying.
Yeah,
Don Staley's the black Pat Summitt, nigga. What are you talking about? Go ahead and read that, Playboy.
If I can't read. Approximately how long did Sophia have to fight? Oh, I got it right here. Approximately how long did Sophia have to fight? 5 minutes? All night long? All night long?
All night?
Yeah. Or all her life? Or D never?
Oh, my life!
Yeah. Yes, that's...
You answered for him.
No, we're supposed to answer.
Yeah, I just pulled the card. That kicks the game off, and then it's...
Oh, my bad.
Yeah. No, you're good.
Because I can see the answer.
And not all of them are like guaranteed. It's like vote. Like, what do you guys think should be the best answer? So then it's like... But anyway, nigga.
All right, I'm going to do my research.
Yeah, what the fuck's wrong with you?
South Carolina, are they reloading?
They're nice.
South Carolina's crazy.
They're nice.
They were honestly, they don't get the benefit. They don't get the publicity that they're supposed to have because of
LSU.
No,
because of how black they are.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because they were the team that when they've been that national title run, they hella announcers were getting in trouble because they were like saying, like, talking about the girl's hair and stuff and making just like fucked up ass comments.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Just because they were all black.
There goes Nappy Nancy.
Yeah, they say
pretty much like bald headed and stuff like that. And it was like, whoa.
That's hella
They'll call them thugs. They're just crazy. People are crazy.
I'm sorry, this is hella random, but there's this one girl, and you know who you are. You're probably not watching this, but there's this one black girl.
This means you are not supposed to say this.
Yeah. There's this one black girl in junior high, and they were doing tryouts. She had a little turnaround jumper, and her wig fell off.
Oh,
nigga, we were
man,
wrong.
that happens so much.
I know, but when I'm in 7th grade or 8th grade, like,
no, you guys grew up with
that's
a different space.
100%.
Back home, I had some refs will grab the track for you, throw it in their pocket, and keep it pushing.
Stop.
It happens.
He said, "Oh, Mitch, you dropped these."
Yep. Here you go. Slide to you on the side.
I'm interested in your perspective on the Iowa LSU, the run up to that game
last year.
Yeah, last year. Do you think it was polarized straight on black white or
not intentionally, but yes. Not I won't say black white. I'll say cultures are different.
Yeah,
and I think until people start understanding and grasping the fact that different races, they just so happen to be different races, but we all just have different cultures.
Mm-hmm.
It's the different cultures that are problematic because people don't like powerful women as it is. Mm-hmm. So then when you put some powerful, darker skinned women, that sounds crazy. Right. Yeah, they're not with that.
All right, here's a curveball. Here's another curveball. So we did, I think, episode like 3 or 4 where we were talking about the black experience in Idaho. Uh-huh. As you growing up in Seattle, when you think of a black person growing up in Idaho, would you want that or would you want the Seattle experience?
I mean, I guess you're asking me, do I regret my life? And I'll
no. This is where you can pull yourself completely out and just be like, just like think about the X's and O's of it. Like, being in a group where there's, you have maybe 5 or 6 black girls on your team, and there you have like a whole black group that you can go to, or you're the only black person on your team.
Okay, so here's my curveball to it. It depends. And the reason that I say it depends is because, for real, you would have to ask me, do I want a different life? And this is why I say that. I didn't know I was poor. Okay. I didn't know when I was in middle school and I would get a detention slip. It was really because my teachers would give me a shower. On the weekends, sometimes they would like pack lunches for me so that I could eat. Like
How did you not know you were poor?
Because everybody was poor.
Okay.
So
everybody was like that.
It's not that everybody was poor. It's that nobody gave a damn about that. Everybody was so busy trying to survive that
if you had a little bit more than the next person, it wasn't the big, or a little less.
Yeah, that big of a. I'm telling you guys, I've just been very lucky. Like somebody that I call my sister. When we was little, for Christmas, we didn't celebrate Christmas because Santa didn't pull up to our house.
Yeah.
So,
said it's too rough out here.
Yeah. No, it wasn't too rough. It was that there needed to be some money for Santa because Santa ain't Santa. And we didn't have it. Right. But I went to her house and she said, like on Christmas morning when I showed up, we was kicking it. She was like, look at all the Christmas gifts we got. Every gift that she got, that her family got her, she told me we got it. Like, that's the type of love that I was around.
Oh, man, I was all scrolling on your Instagram. Is it the one that you just did the, like, happy birthday shout out to? And you're like a little sister, but you're like my big sister. Like, I inspire.
Oh, yeah.
That's her?
Yeah.
That's
Nika,
awesome.
She's tight.
Hell yeah. Were you guys on the same hoop team?
Yep.
And that picture, was that a high school or was that?
Which picture? The purple?
Yeah.
That was in high school.
Okay.
That was after we won state.
Side note, first time I ever met Cale, we were hooping at Axiom. I don't know if so we were in the club, right?
I knew it wasn't.
She said, "Oh shit, here we go."
I didn't know what it was. I knew it wasn't.
I was already there, and I was waiting for the next game, and I don't know who you were with. You were with another girl. I don't remember. Me either, but you were with another hooper and then some dude. And
damn, that's crazy. I really don't remember.
But you caught my attention because that's like when I first like was really like huge into collecting sneakers, and you were rocking foam posits. And I'm like, no way, she's about to hoop in foam posits, right? But she's out there like running the floor, like moving traffic. You know what I'm saying? Like kind of how I play. You know, just kind of like. Like at your own pace,
most definitely.
Control like the tempo of everybody. Slow it down when you want, run it when you want. You know what I'm saying? Like just controlling the pace. And I'm like, oh damn, she's low key a hooper. And then I come to find out, she used to be with my cousin, raised all my cousins.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh shit, you're like family low key.
Yeah.
But that's the first time. That was like 8 years ago, probably maybe even longer.
Yeah, it might have been longer.
Yeah,
that's crazy though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
this Axiom right here. So
I knew her when she came around with the cousin, I think that was 15.
Yeah,
like
it was around. It was 13 actually.
Damn,
it had to be.
I feel like it was even before that a little bit.
They was all in elementary school.
Yeah, my nephew, my nephew 21 right now, and
which is crazy.
And I feel like there's pictures where they're like 4 and
5, right?
5 and stuff like that, because they were just Good Street was so.
I was gonna say I had just graduated when they were still on Good Street, like right before they left Good Street. I want to say I was like 19 or 20, like 19 to 21.
Okay,
so that's 11 years ago.
Damn. Yeah, Good Street was the home for everybody.
Yeah,
right. It was. Yeah. But back to LSU. I know we went hella left.
Yep.
LSU, number 1 team, got knocked off by Colorado.
Yes.
What do you guys think? Obviously, I'm a big fan of Angel Reese.
Yep.
Just like that. I like Flage. She was spitting and she's a hooper. I'm like, that's fire.
To come out to your song?
Yes.
What?
Yeah. It's low key like what they be doing it with Shedeur Sanders.
Yeah,
they like be playing this shit during warm ups, and I'm like, that's fire. Why do they not do that with more athletes in college? You know what I'm saying?
God, the universe, whatever you believe in, knew not to give me that because I would act ass.
I'd be so gassed up
all the time.
Coaches would be like, "Change." I'd be like,
all the time.
The reason it wasn't happening is because nobody could imagine it, and no coach was gonna break the seal to do that.
50-year-old coaches aren't doing that.
Yeah,
60-year-old coaches aren't doing. Could you imagine Nick Saban be like, "Turn on Jalen Hurts' album. We about to turn up."
Right.
What the actual rapper girl? What's her name again? Damn, Flage. She was like, I went to LSU because she said I could rap and play basketball. Everybody else was saying, can't do that here. Can't do that here. We don't even want your All-American talent.
That's
you can't do that here because you
want to express your other talents.
You want to break the mold.
But that's what they do for real. That's what they do.
And
but
crazy.
I don't know how they knew her from. What was the show she was on? Remember when she was on with Jermaine Dupri?
The Hustle, not Hustle. Somebody slapped me.
It's not Rhythm and Flow.
It is Rhythm. Not that one? Okay.
No. It was I don't want to say. I don't know when to get the change. You could try to get the change.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Crack it.
Yeah. So I was kind of shocked, and I'm pretty sure Deion Sanders' daughter, played basketball at Jackson State and was trying to transfer to Colorado. But when I look up stats, I don't see no minutes logged.
She's in there.
Is she? Maybe I just didn't scroll enough.
I at least seen her in basketball, like in one of the videos on his channel.
Right, and like he'll like post her at practice or
Rap game.
There, yeah. Actually, you have heard of that.
See,
she's on there though.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I tried to say my point. I tried to say my point. Remember, I said something about the prime effect, and then I got blindsided, and then you came over top like, bam, and then I had to pull a card, and I'm like, shit, damn, I was just trying to hit the topic, but
prime effect is real. That was dope. I'll say prime effect is real.
Yeah, and I would agree with what both of you said. I think women's sports is starting to escalate. Like a couple episodes ago, we talked about Caitlin Clark and the Iowa Hawkeyes had a game
on the football field.
Like 53,000 people or something. Yes, it's like nigga.
That's crazy.
So it's like
shooting outside and
crazy and get a triple double.
Right, she's nice. So I was shocked. I guess I didn't know Colorado was nice like that in basketball or women's basketball. But
I think they're solid.
They were number 20 before they knocked off LSU. Now they just came out and they're ranked 5.
Okay.
5.
So
the 5 is crazy.
That's crazy.
What
are your top 5 that you just? Yeah, because you're in there. Give it to us.
And
that's tough. No, I'm gonna burn some bridges by this. I think.
Oh shit.
Well, I don't know because it's too early for me to tell. That's what I'll just say.
Can I ask what happened to UConn's women basketball?
Yeah, they start letting other programs get money.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
They start let other.
They were
programs
dominating for my whole childhood, damn near.
Absolutely, they were, but it's because the other programs didn't get.
They didn't know no better.
Yeah. I like it now. I like how it gets to. It could be anybody.
Well,
you don't think it can go back to UConn? You don't think they got a strong enough brand to like knock off South Carolina at some point or mess with LSU or Tennessee's back, right?
Yeah, respectfully, I think they definitely did some phenomenal stuff for the game, and I'm not gonna ever count them out. Mm-hmm. But I don't think they'll ever be the face of
college back.
Nah, never again. They're not. Yeah, never again.
Honestly, and it's crazy because if you think UConn in general was such a good basketball school, both men's and women's, like Kemba Walker,
fired.
Jeremy
Lin, I'm not
saying
that.
But they're not what they were.
Yes,
exactly, and that's why it's just crazy to. I like it though. Like you said, anywhere can be good.
Yeah,
Iowa is a top school.
Yeah, USC is called.
Yeah,
Juju Watson.
Oh yeah, she just had a 30 for her debut.
Cold.
Yeah, she's nice.
I think Iowa is only going to be there as long as Caitlin is, and then I think they'll fall back to like a regular tier. I just don't see people signing up to go to Iowa.
Bruh, they just had 55,000 people.
For Caitlin!
You don't think...
For Caitlin!
Dog, if you are an athlete, and you genuinely are an athlete, I don't ever need to be on your radar. All I need to do is play against somebody who is.
In front of, right.
All I need to do is get an opportunity. Mm-hmm. Caitlin Clark provides opportunity.
Yes, but I'm saying once she leaves from Iowa, I feel like they're going to be in the 20s and 25s.
They're not going to be 1 or 2, but
We'll see. Only time will tell.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, is Iowa's coach? Is he or she known to like get athletes? You know, like
No.
is she these people that we talk about? Because
No, she isn't. But I do think that she is hella smart. Hella smart, because for her to go as far as she did when they're not
Even
nearly
talented,
the most
right.
athletic team, they're
Right.
just so disciplined, and she really she does her homework. She is a very intelligent coach.
okay, and so you might have the pulse of like the Idaho basketball scene, but I heard that there was a girl that's at Boise High that has
Avery
letters
Howell.
from everywhere.
Avery Howe,
What position?
she's a guard. I won't lie, she's cool. She is solid. She also like just kind of came. I won't say out of nowhere, but she flipped a switch. Like at some point, she started to take it personal and
Is
being
just
like
booming.
old school competitive. Like you could tell. So like you could tell she's somebody who is going to pass up on going to party to go and get some shots up.
Okay,
Like that
That's
type
fire.
of thing. Like she seems
She's
very
locked in.
She's locked in.
Is she better than the Slocum sisters?
They're different.
Okay.
They're completely different.
Okay.
And Destiny, absolutely not.
I was gonna say Destiny's
Dog.
an absolute. She's cool.
Dog.
I played with her little sister a couple months ago at this church, and I'm like, okay,
Trinity's a
I'm
dog
like, you're
too,
not.
though.
I'm like, yeah, your IQ is up.
These
You know,
are
so-
Idaho players that you guys are
Yeah.
going back and
Yeah.
forth about.
Yeah.
Yeah, Destiny
And so you-
Slocum went to Mountain View, and so did her little sister. But
I
Destiny,
got to coach Trinity though.
Okay.
That was fun.
That's fire.
Where did they go?
Destiny's
Trinity's
in Germany.
Yeah, but she went to like Oregon and Maryland, and she played at like 3 different colleges.
Okay,
Yeah.
and then
And
the
then
little
the little
sister.
sister, where'd she just
She's
go?
at a smaller school in Texas.
Okay,
Is it
SAF, I think.
I was gonna
So
say
San Antonio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then there's
they got a steal with her. She is a very intelligent player.
Yeah.
and so I mean, it sounds like it's thin between going to a small school and going to a big school. How did they get a steal?
Because she's wiser than her age says, and she really can get buckets. Trinity can get buckets.
Yeah, she plays with the men. Like,
But why didn't she get the opportunity to go play at like a Maryland or Oregon or?
Well, she went to Hawaii, and I think that it just didn't work out. I think that sometimes people who are in these young players' lives and they're going to make a college decision, they make a decision based on a name instead of based on the frame. Like they forget who the player is as a human. And it's super important for coaches and program like the transfer portal. Think about this concept. If I go from a high school to a college, for me to get recruited at this point in high school, there's an entire midway point of people who've already experienced, like grown women. It's so much harder now than I think, for at least in my opinion.
Right.
It's so much harder because there's a transfer portal. So like there's players that are right now working out just to get ready, like it's the pros. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no.
That are grown.
And we've seen the parity play out through college football. You've seen it like just spread out because if I go somewhere, I can shoot the next year,
Right.
go somewhere else. And I'm like, I'm not getting burned here, but I know 5 of my homies, let's meet at TCU. Let's meet at Wisconsin and just make it pop
Yeah,
off.
let's go to Iowa.
Yeah, that's wild. Okay, so that girl that you Avery Howe,
Avery Howe,
and so I was at my daughter's volleyball game, and so this I was just met one of the dads, and we're just shooting the shit, and he's like, "Oh, there's this girl at Boise High that has these offers from like Duke and like all the so just big schools," and he was like, "Oh yeah, here's the Instagram." So I go to the Instagram. It would be so dope to be a kid with the way the letters come in and stuff. It's like it was like St. Mary's, it was like Weber State, and then I guess she went to some summer
the
showcase
USA
tournament or something. And then
that's where she balled out.
That's where it always happens, I feel like.
Yeah, the summer club basketball for girls, club basketball is where you get your scholarship, and high school is just where you maintain it.
Got you. And you're clicking through, and then it just starts getting wild.
Right.
And you're just like,
a
dang,
switch. Yeah.
she's right here. And like for so long,
Literally
it's
5-minute drive.
5-minute drive. Like this girl, I don't know anything about her, but I'm proud of her.
Yeah.
Yo! What's up, partner?
What up, boy?
What's up?
I see you.
Yeah.
Hey, I just want to ask you a quick question.
What's that?
You from around here?
No, I'm from Montana.
Okay,
You know
you
what
just
I'm saying?
moved here, huh?
Yeah,
I can tell you don't
yeah.
drive like us.
Yeah.
Real quick question.
Yeah.
Who insured you?
Colin.
Colin Lano?
Yeah, Colin Leno. I call Colin.
Really? What's his phone number?
208
Uh-huh.
639
Okay.
0412. You know I call Colin.
I just talked to this other cat driving this nice whip.
Uh-huh. Oh, you saying this?
He said Colin too.
Oh, yeah, he does them all.
Okay.
I got a fleet of vehicles.
Okay.
You
I'm
know
gonna
what I'm
call
saying?
Colin.
Yeah, call Colin.
All right.
Call Colin Lano Insurance for all your insurance needs.
Right,
That's
like
fair.
I'm proud of
Way to
her.
represent.
People
I don't
sleep
know.
on Idaho basketball, though. I won't lie.
It's because there's no fucking, now there might be, but there was no shot clock for
yeah, which was insane.
crazy.
Insane.
Hey, my senior year, the girls at the Bora High were going against this Boise High team that was like undefeated.
Uh-huh.
They literally won the game like 16-8 because the coach at the time, Pankrat, shot out. I mean, he was like, pass the ball, pass the ball, pass the ball, pass the ball. And the Boise girls were like, it's all good. Don't worry. And then they would come
5
down and
minutes
hook up
go
a
past,
shot.
right.
They'd hook a shot, miss. That Bora got up 4-0. Like, say it's 4-0 at halftime, right? And it's
I would lose my mind.
I'm leaving.
I'm
Nigga,
telling
can I get a
you-
refund?
No, but I'm telling
What?
you, what you saw on the court was like, you couldn't even imagine it because these girls started like, and they were like tripping, right? They're down like
God.
6-2, 9-4, but they just can't get out of their own way. Like they're so frustrated, they melt down. Then this Bora girl
that
just
is not-
boom
no.
hits like
Not
3
acceptable.
threes, and it's just
You're not selling this to me. You're not going to make me feel
I'm
like this
telling
is
you,
a cool thing.
This was Rudy like 67 times better. Real life. This team,
How is a score 16-8 better than Rudy?
because this team had never lost. And this team mentally folded in the biggest game of their
Okay.
life, complaining
You're
about
annoyingly making some valid
they're
points.
they're complaining about, oh my god, I can't. And they're like, you're like, whoa, you score 72 points a game. Just you, girl. Just slow the game down. Beat us. You know what I mean? They started doing everybody, they're like
insane.
looking at their parents like, what? Look what they're doing to us. Shut up and play the game. You're better than us.
He said, look
And this coach is our coach is just telling the girls, do your thing, pass the ball, do your thing. And it just imploded and they won a state championship. And I think they started to heavily be like, we got to change the shot clock after that year.
Yeah,
That makes sense because that's I'd be.
But that's one thing is people sleep on it. It's like Idaho's strictly like a participation state now. Like it doesn't matter. Oh, you good job. Here's a trophy, and it's like they don't. Maybe more so. It's different more so now because how many people move here every year and shit like that. But
Nah, it's not competitive.
Yeah,
they
that's
don't
what-
let the kids compete.
right, it's you're like, and this wasn't the case, but for the Slocum sisters, when I was in high school, regardless of if you were nice or not, you're gonna play because your sister's nice. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh, got
Destiny was nice as shit, so you were on varsity even though you can't dribble left-handed. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it was. Like,
Okay, that makes sense.
so
Trini ain't saying that about you. Don't
yeah,
you?
yeah. I hooped against you. You already know.
Yeah.
I ain't talking crazy, but that's what I'm saying. It's just like that's how it always was. It's not competitive. They don't. It's very. I feel like political, and that's what holds.
Oh, don't get me started on the politics.
Anyways, we're gonna go to the next subject.
Yeah, boy.
But
Boy, okay. Actually, I never got to answer this question. And this just made me
he said
think.
perfect.
Yo, when you
He's all
asked
good.
me, you said, would I rather grow up in which space? I would definitely pick Seattle. My mixed friends, my people that I know that are mixed, bruh, I cannot imagine. One of my best friends here, I see her, man, I don't know how y'all do it. Oh, that's all. I don't get it. Like, I grew up with a black female doctor. My first doctor. I was in foster care and I saw a black female doctor. I had black teachers. So if I came to class and I was pissed off about something, my teacher would ask me, "Are you okay? Have you ate?" Here, we're getting pissed off because kids don't bring pencils. It's a damn pencil. Why you mad, bro? Give them a pencil.
You got a whole cabinet full of them.
Right. So it's just, I don't know. Here, yeah, no way.
That politics brought it up.
Yeah.
But
okay, I had a homeboy that literally, he was a high school football player that smoked a little weed. Not even like crazy. The coaches here knocked him so hard that they essentially cost him like a scholarship to the University of Oregon, because University of Oregon is saying, "Hey, what do you think of this guy?"
He's a weed smoker.
They're just saying he's a bad character.
No, they didn't cost him a scholarship. He cost himself a scholarship. You know what you're signing up for.
But if he was somewhere else, the coach would have his back for a little bit of weed.
No, your coach does not have your back.
You don't think there's a single coach that knows that their players are like this and keeps it under wraps to make sure that they can go to the next level?
There is not a player that's trying to go to the next level that's going to let their coach know that they smoke. Accountability. You cannot be a Division I athlete and not have accountability. You just made excuses for whoever that young kid is, and that's his problem. It's too many people made excuses for him, so he never got in trouble when he was little.
Hold up.
I'm so glad you're here.
No, okay. Are you saying because if you got in trouble, that means you weren't handling your business correctly?
I'm saying you understand basketball's a privilege. This is not a right. And if you are operating in a certain manner, then that means you don't accept and understand that this is a privilege. You think it's something you're supposed to have.
Right.
So, okay, I can be behind that. Yeah. I can 100%.
He said, "I stand corrected."
I stand corrected.
Quick question.
Damn, I still feel like there's coaches that got niggas back.
Probably, yeah. I'm not saying
100%.
that. I'm not, most definitely.
100%. But she's saying you shouldn't expect it.
Yeah.
Yes, you're saying that if that does happen, that's a blessing. That's not. You shouldn't expect that.
Yeah, that should not be
You shouldn't die on the hill saying they fucked me because it was 100%. I fucked myself.
Yeah. Yes. Anytime there's ever a mistake that involves you, you should never find a way to blame somebody else. Well, that sounds crazy.
And that's the thing. We all played sports at the end of practices. At the end of Friday practice, coach will always be, "Stay out of trouble. Don't
Yeah.
So
Mine was only hang out with people who have more to lose than you. Mm-hmm. Always understand that you're not just playing for the name on the back; you're playing for the name on the front.
Okay, is that healed you, or is that how you've ascended to put that knowledge in somebody, or that's how you thought when you were 17, 18, 19?
That's
20?
how I always thought.
Okay.
But once again, I went from Seattle to where I had to be so... Like, if I made a mistake as a kid, it could cost me my life. Like, it wasn't... You didn't get to not be disciplined. Gotcha. Even if you did it recklessly, you were disciplined with your recklessness because you were doing it for a purpose. Everything you did, you had a reason behind it. You weren't just out here trying to be goofy. You were really trying to figure it out. Right. So then when I moved to Pepperdine, I think it was my coach, said, only hang out with people who have more to lose than you. And it was because I found not saying this for pride. I'm saying this once again because I didn't know no better. I would leave practice on a Friday in Malibu, California, where literally the campus to the beach is less than a mile. You could walk to the beach. Mm. I would go to the bus. I would walk to the bus to catch the bus to go be in Compton, go be in LA, to go be around the same people that I just was trying to grow from.
Mm-hmm. Why was that?
Because it felt normal. I felt like an alien in this space.
I understand. You felt like the outcast.
Yeah, no, not an outcast. Not outcast, because I've always been an outcast. Right. I'm not. I always say I can't be mad I don't fit in when I'm born to stand out. Right. So it's not like an outcast. It's just my normal didn't exist. Like I really felt like an alien.
Right.
I have empathy for that, and I understand that because I've always felt like ever since I was a kid, my Tuesday wasn't anybody else's Tuesday. right? Like my Tuesday could be the feds came, kicked in the door, took my dad to prison. Right. My mom's on a retainer to where they're gonna come and get her, but they're gonna leave her out so that the kids can be there. But then I'm gonna be at school the next morning, and I'm just in my little windbreaker,
and everybody else's Tuesday they ate peanut butter and jelly with the crust cut off,
right? And complained about it,
and complained.
You missed a piece.
And the only people that I've always felt the most comfortable with was my family, because we all knew it, but we all acted like it was nothing.
It was trauma bonded.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Speaking of trauma, y'all heard about New Mexico State basketball?
Yo, that's not funny.
I'm not laughing.
I'm not laughing.
Why are you giggling?
No, that was because it was the speaking of trauma.
Yeah, that was
breaking news.
Transition.
Yeah, that is absolutely crazy.
So I don't know if the guests know, but essentially there was a lawsuit filed against New Mexico State.
The basketball team, or this university, but it involved the men's basketball team, and I think the headline was something like "Guns on Campus at New Mexico leads to lawsuit." And essentially, in this article, they were saying that players were sexually assaulted to keep themselves humbled
at gunpoint.
At gunpoint.
Hold on, so I'm the point guard and you're the center, and you're like, nigga, you gonna take this dick? You better fucking remember it. 5-star my ass.
Something. I don't know how far it went.
Here's let me read the headline, because the reason lawsuit says guns were often present among New Mexico State University basketball team. I'm like, oh, how harmless is that? Right, and then I go down. This is ESPN. This is the first
How
paragraph.
harmless is that?
How harmless is that?
Just guns on the campus.
Well, I'm just like, maybe everybody's trying to be NBA YoungBoy. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just got a little
hot right now.
Yeah, I'm like, it just got out a little hand. You know, like what it is. Two former New Mexico State basketball players and a student manager filed a lawsuit Monday saying their teammates frequently brought guns into the locker room where they sexually assaulted players as a way of ensuring everyone on the team remained humbled. I said, "Oh my God, I got to send this to the team."
Niggas are getting
sent it off.
Niggas are getting bold ever since Dwight, huh?
And this is what they were saying.
You talk about an insecurity. Do you know how insecure you got to be to need to sexually assault somebody to humble them?
And a gun? Right.
Like, you can't. What? That's crazy.
And you
That's
just
crazy.
You're sitting there going, how does this take place? How is this the culture? How is this
the coach knew?
The coach knew allegedly.
Yeah,
allegedly,
they let him go.
No,
the coach let go.
The coach got a raise. They let every other coach go.
They let the director stay.
Yes.
The coach, they fired the coach, but the director stayed and got a raise.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's regardless. How did anybody stay and get a raise? Like, we need a clean house.
Yeah,
100%. And they even tried to. So there was two players before this lawsuit that won $8 million, and those two players are still on the team. But when the new coach came in, the new coach was trying to clean house. And he was saying, tell everybody. And one of the kids that got assaulted, his dad was a New Mexico State basketball legend.
Oh, okay.
And he's sitting there going, damn, I don't think you should bundle the victims in with the people that did the punishment. And he's like, if my son was good enough to make the team, I would expect him to be there. He didn't say he should be on there because he went through this. He said, if he's good enough.
Right. We're not going to use it for the reason why he's on the team.
Yeah.
Right.
You shouldn't kick him off. That's retaliation.
Yeah, 100%. It's how is it his fault?
That's hella weird.
Right. Now imagine.
Because you got sexually assaulted.
You got to go.
Yeah.
How does that pass down from senior class to junior class to when the freshmen get in here, you know what we about to do?
Just like with the baseball with the circle jerk thing, they do that weird ass stuff.
Whoa! What's the circle jerk one?
What happened?
No, I discovered the Pepperdine. It was weird. You guys never heard of?
No, we're here now. We're here now.
Random motherfucker.
We're here now.
No, they dang, no, there's about to be kids watching this. You guys can Google it on your own time.
Okay, circle jerk baseball Pepperdine. Look it up.
Oh my gosh. That's not what I'm saying.
Yeah. So they were saying they were de-pantsing them in front of like the team at gunpoint, and sometimes like fondling. And I'm sitting there, the same thing that went through your head is like, how insecure are these people in this place that even pops off? Because if that pops off, like, I feel like in my head, like, I feel like there would be hella people like, hell no, we don't play like that here. And then they would stand up for somebody. So the fact that the mass population of that group was in silence blows my mind.
I won't lie. Shout out to them. I can't imagine what they're mentally going through, but we would have jumped somebody.
Oh, God. I'm off the team.
Yeah.
As soon as the gun got put away.
They're off the team.
What I'm going to do? Yeah, what I'm going to do, I'm not going to be there. I'm telling you that right there. As soon as that gun got put away, nigga, it's about to get so ugly.
Yeah.
It's about to get...
You don't get to pull a gun and not use it.
Oh, 100%.
The gun...
And try to embarrass everybody. You got me all the way fucked up.
The guns, they said, started coming into the locker room when, I think the year before, like 2021, there was a player at New Mexico State that ended up shooting another New Mexico university. Killed him, and he got off because it was self-defense. And the way that one went down was they were going to play the Lobos, so Aggies versus Lobos. Mm-hmm. One of the dudes got lured by a female into the middle of the campus. And then there was some dudes that he had fought like a year before were hitting him with a baseball bat, trying to jump him, and he shot them, killed the one dude. He got shot in the leg. And so they knew from that point on that they felt that they had to carry guns because they felt like there was going to be a retaliation against their basketball team. So kind of like in the scheme of things, it ended up being this toxic environment in this really condensed little school, right? Because it's like, we're all in the same area.
State is New Mexico. I've been to New Mexico to perform, nigga. New Mexico is not where you want to be.
Yeah, I feel like
it's hella little. It's like small.
Is it like deserts?
Desert, Indian reservations, like
when it's desert like that. When people start saying, fuck around, you're gonna end up disappearing. You start after at first you might be cocky, you might be talking that shit. You might be talking that shit, and then all of a sudden you sit there. Hey, shit,
sir, how many shovels do you own? Because if you know 3 niggas and you got 3 shovels, I'm not fucking with you. I'm not going up.
For real, let me tell you this time that I was up in Lapaway, Idaho, and I had a homeboy that came from Lapaway down to West Junior High. And he was a new kid that transferred. I'm like, oh, you're good with me? He could ball. I'm like, oh, this is awesome. Fast forward, I go up to school up there to U of I. I hit him up. He's like, oh, you should come down to the res. I'm like, hell yeah, I'm coming down to the res. I'm like feeling myself, like funny, doing all the funny shit. Just doing like my regular shit. And they took me to this this dirt road that's like between like 2 hills and shit. And they start talking about like Goat Man and shit. And I'm busting jokes, but I'm getting like fucked up, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm just, cause I know my homeboy and he's good there. Mm-hmm. I think I can just fuck with anybody. But just one random person was like, you better, check yourself before you end up missing. Cause
you can't disrespect nobody on the res.
Yeah, I don't think I was disrespecting anything, but they knew I was crossing cause I'm real playful. I'm not like disrespectful. Is not like my like partay or you know what I mean.
I feel like that's your MO.
Shut up.
Wait, what's the difference between disrespect somebody and crossing the line?
Because you can read the room, and if I see that I said something that I can tell that the tone turned up. I'm gonna go from dumb to smart real fast, and I'm gonna work over here. If I keep going back, that's disrespectful. But if I'm just playing it and and it's like, oh,
my fault.
Okay. That's cool. Like I think everybody can have like a temporary pass if they look you in the eye, respect, and say, don't do that.
And that's the thing, though. A lot of people don't have that in them to be like, that shit bothered me. Don't do that. You know what I'm saying? They'll just let them leave and be like, next time I see that nigga, it's up. It's like, Barry.
Yeah, that's
first of all, just communicate.
Yeah.
So that makes me think of like New Mexico roads.
By the way, Idaho. That's another difference. It being raised in a space like Seattle and Idaho, because here you are taught from a younger age not to defend yourself. You don't get to like really exist in the way you want to. As a kid, I got to talk to my teachers in a different way than.
I would agree, but I was raised to if anybody puts your hands on you,
most definitely
touch them back.
Most definitely.
But 100%. 9 out of my 10 friends wouldn't do shit.
Right.
You know, like growing up, it's like,
right.
I would agree with that.
The way I even parent right now is so Idaho based off of what you said, because to me, there's a teacher can't do no wrong.
Oh.
Right. So if my son or daughter comes home and they lay the events out, unless it's gross negligence, I'm siding with the teacher, because just check this out. Check this out. I grew up in this system and I'm watching all the kids. Only kids on the outlier ended up going that route. So I never saw not a single person where it wasn't at the outlier that was having these run-ins with the principal and shit like that. So I'm sitting there going, damn, if this is a bell curve distribution and my son or daughter's out here, I know based on the experience that I had through this system, you're being hella defiant, and you don't have Idaho schools. You don't have to worry. You're not scared to go to school. You're not. There's none of that stuff that I could see potentially happening somewhere else. Like the worst school here, I feel, is a great school in the inner city.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
If there is anything, no, it's not a lot at all. Okay. I actually, if there is anything genuinely to the core, this is me being 100% serious with you.
Yeah.
If there is anything that I can make sure that you leave with understanding after I leave, is don't ever think that way again. As an educator in the school system, when I tell you, this is what I tell kids now. I say, if there's a teacher and you feel like they don't like you, every time you have an incident, you write down the date, you write it down a whole letter, you put it in an envelope and hide it in your parents' room. So the day that you snap, even though it seems like a little thing, you're then able to see all the microaggressions that your babies have to deal with. It is not what you think. It is not equal. It's not safe. It's dangerous. It's dangerous. Don't side with them.
What's dangerous? Like, what are you saying that's dangerous?
This is what I'm saying. I myself have been called an N-word in my classroom by a teacher. I am telling you
in Boise.
Yes, I am telling you that
your
kids.
In Seattle.
I'm telling you that your kids, they're not having an experience that way. If your children are mixed in this state, listen to them. Do not tell them you're supposed to protect them, dog. Don't tell them.
I'm telling you, you are gonna operate through this. You're gonna be a better person through this. You're not going to disrespect the teacher. Because I will give you the game to be better than that.
Now understand the way that it's being perceived from your kid is I'm not going to respect myself because they're older. That's what you're telling your kids. When you allow and I'm not saying that they need to disrespect the teacher, but if you're saying to your child who is experiencing trauma, because that's trauma, your child is experiencing trauma and you're saying that teacher can't do no wrong, you need to figure it out.
If your student, so if they go, oh, I was just sitting there and then all of a sudden I got called the N-word, or I was just sitting there and I got hit, or all the other kids went outside and then I couldn't go outside, I can see that. But if it's, hey, I'm kung fu fighting in the line and the teacher's telling me to stop kung fu fighting, I'm going, hey, that's 100% you. That's nothing
but what
to do
if
with
everybody else is kung fu fighting in the line? You ain't even asked if anybody else was kung fu fighting in the line.
If there's 4 boys kung fu fighting in the line, all 4 of them niggas is wrong.
Okay, this is my recommendation then.
Yeah.
If you got whichever one of your children really come to the house and be like, yo, I'm being picked on. Go to their school. Sit in the back of the class. Do not make them sit in the front like our parents used to do. Don't do that. Let them be their unapologetic self. Mm-hmm. If the teacher at the end says, thank you for being here, your child operated different, then cool. If your kid comes to you and says, Dad, thanks for being here, it felt better today, then you know who's wrong.
Okay. I can see that. I've never ran that test. What if your kid says thank you for being here and the teacher says thank you for being here too? They acted different. They both agree. They both say that. They both fucking up.
Yeah. You know, both of them were lying. It's crazy. When I was in 9th grade, because I got class clown in high school, but when I was in 9th grade, you're right. But when I was in 9th grade, I went to West Junior High, and I would always just be myself, being wild. Teachers, specifically one teacher, didn't fuck with me, and my mom ended up coming to school with me for a whole day, and sat in every class with me. And the one teacher I told her didn't like me, of course, didn't fucking like me. My mom went there. She didn't believe a nigga. By the end of the class, she's like, I fucking hate her. I can't stand her. I'm like, I try to tell you. Now imagine you're not here, Mom.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I 100%, I see it from both angles. Like, I was the kid that maybe was doing too much all the time or wasn't listening when they'd be like, hey, stop. But then also, I feel like that led me to being picked on because in 7th and 8th grade, that's what you did. And even if I wasn't doing it to the extent I did it in 7th and 8th grade, I was getting punished like I was in 9th grade. You know what I'm saying?
9th grade, you were getting punished.
Right.
Because they've essentially made their determination on you.
Right. Even though I'm not doing it as bad as I was, like even if I calmed it down a little bit. Yeah. Like I definitely could see.
So, okay, if your kids having issues, say, and I'm not saying like just like I'm saying like fighting, not paying it, like not calming down to where the resources in the classroom are already so at demand to try to like teach these kids. So if your kid's the one that's constantly being in trouble, it's just hard for me to believe that that's not eventually the outlier.
So you've never been in that situation?
I have been in that situation. I've been in that situation and I've self-corrected. And I've learned to like build a skill set that allows me to be in any room. If I'm constantly coming and telling my kid, hey, you don't have to get along with this teacher. My thing is like, you should be able to get along with everybody.
That's crazy.
You should be able to
get along with everybody
in a professional setting. I'm not going to get pulled off my pivot because
getting pulled off your pivot is different from getting along with them.
Okay, I'll change the word getting along. I'm not going to be an outlier that needs to be have extra resources built into it. And there's times where you'll go off and get corrected. I'm talking habitual. Okay. If it's in first grade, you're in the principal's office. Second grade, you're in the principal's office. Third principal's office. Fourth principal, you're that kid that's in the principal's office. And we know you sound like you graduated. You know the kids that were in the principal's office constantly.
I was in the principal's office.
I was too. I stayed at the principal's office.
Until when?
Until I graduated. Yeah. Until they told me my senior year, if you fail another class, you're not graduating. I said, all right, bet.
I'll be honest.
I
was in the principal's office. I was always into something while not ever being into nothing. But I had a 4.0. Like my grades was good. My SAT scores was good. First time I spelled my name wrong. But that's neither here nor there.
How do you spell?
My pops was like, how you spell your name, dumbass?
Oh my god!
You silly head ass.
So I would say so. If you had that makeup, right, as me being your dad or your parent, I would be like, you can't tell her nothing. She's handling her business. She's handling, you know what I mean? So I wouldn't even challenge it. I wouldn't challenge it like that because how can the 4.0 student be that bad?
Because they hurt? I don't know.
No, I'm just saying, usually
I was not a. I don't think that even like the students that are in our class, the ones that typically you think would drive you nuts, only thing I know is to give them different attention. It's not their job to be entertained. It's my job to be inspiring.
To be able to teach them.
As an educator, it is your job to inspire the youth to want to be around you.
So if you turn 27 of the 30, you're saying, nah, you failed your job because you weren't able to inspire all 30 of them.
Well, I'm not trying to turn nobody.
But them be inspired by you. Essentially, people can be walking around and...
I mean this in the most humble way possible.
Mm-hmm.
There's never been a single person that did not get inspired by me because how much I see the little things and I get inspired by other people. Like, as you know, anybody that's ever met me, they can't probably say... The conversation we had, they can't say none of that, but I always make people feel good.
Yeah.
And it's just because I don't even think it's me. It's I'm not religious, but there's something that's bigger than me. That
I would agree. When we were at the family barbecue, you remember you were talking to the little cowboy kids?
Oh, yeah.
But how you were like, they're like, yeah, we ride bulls. And you was like, God damn, like, that's great, you know, but you could tell they were like appreciating the conversation.
Yeah.
Like you're an adult having a conversation with 2 13, 14-year-olds.
Yeah.
Clearly different. She's a black female. They're two white teenage dressed boots, cowboy hat, flannels tucked in, big belt buckle. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I could attest to that, and I kind of feel like we are all like that. Like we all talk, and that's how we want to leave people with a better day.
Yes.
Then we want to leave people better than we found them. You know,
absolutely.
Unlike Kelly Oubre.
Kelly Oubre.
You don't know Kelly Oubre?
That escalated quickly.
You know what I'm saying? Was it an Escalade? Oh my god!
Oh my god!
I didn't know.
What happened?
No.
All right, Kelly Oubre got clipped. The nigga wasn't even a car. Got hit by an automotive vehicle.
He was walking.
Clip.
Damn.
Apparently, it's not season ending, you know, but he does have a lot of injuries.
Have you guys ever been to Vegas?
I have.
Yeah.
And you know how you're like walking, you know, like you could just be walking across the street and it says like don't walk or something, but you're like, oh no, it's just right there, but you don't know there's like a big looping left turn coming right. I was there like and I was like almost got hit, so I'm trying to think like where he was. Right. Like they said it was downtown, but man, that's a scary.
Yeah, so I don't know if it was a hit and run. I know that.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they're still trying to find the person.
That's
it was
crazy.
James Harden.
Oh my! Fuck, nigga.
That's crazy.
No, but so hit and run. The nigga he might be in the hospital, but he was with like multiple injuries. Should be like a month or two before he can play again. I don't know if the driver was drunk. Obviously, we don't know. They skirted off. I'm assuming there's something off. Like, nigga, you just hit somebody and you drove off. Either you don't have insurance or you were drunk or, you know, something.
When you're walking or running on the street, do you run towards traffic or run with it?
Towards it.
I don't run on the street.
Ride your bike.
I go with traffic.
You go with traffic, yeah. I go against
issues,
traffic,
yeah. No, that's right.
Yeah,
but nigga, you act like if somebody swerves and you see it, you're gonna be able to get out of the way. Please stop.
I mean,
please stop.
That would be a deliberate.
You thought Dak was gonna be MVP.
That would be like a deliberate. You couldn't stop somebody. You couldn't stop somebody trying to murder you.
I know,
but like if you're running against traffic and you see a drunk driver like starting to veer, yes, you will have a better chance than sitting here running with the cars coming behind you.
Okay,
like, it kind of sounds close.
It kind of sounds close.
Every car sounds close from behind.
Cousin, listen. Say you're the camera, right?
Yeah.
And I'm right here, and then I veer. You don't have time to do shit, my nigga. You're over here off of what if he does it 20 feet away. I'm saying if he jumps the curb 5 feet away from you, you don't have time to do nothing.
If he jumps the curb 5 feet away from you, that would be like murder.
He looked down at his phone.
So that's what I'm saying. Like I'm telling you, that car would have
murder.
Yeah,
people had to think. Talk to my lawyer. Said it's definitely murder.
When you're going against traffic. Okay, so here's another. When you're going against traffic and you're walking, are you just loop to loop to loop looking in front, or are you looking at every car that drives by? How are you? Like,
I'm always on my P's, but I ain't paying attention to every car that drives by either. I see every car that drives by because I would know if they came back twice, but...
Okay. So since I run in the morning, I'm constantly like looking at that car.
Yeah, but
like,
you are a dad, bruh.
He headlights. He said, "Nigga, you see me?"
I'm like,
see the lights in my eyes.
You're a dad.
See me. What does that mean?
What you mean? There's a different switch when you are responsible for an entire tribe. Like your existence is not just yours. Like you are You said your youngest is 8 months.
Yeah. Or 9 months yesterday.
Okay. Tight. Yeah. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Shout out to Baby F.L.Y.
She's been out just as long as she's been in. She just crossed the, yeah.
But you're like, I don't know. In my head, it'd be so much more important to make it home. Because I don't care. I don't got nothing to lose. You got everything to lose.
I'm making it home.
I'm a believer that my awareness is always on 1,000.
Yeah.
Like, no matter where I'm at, I'm always like this. Like, I'll be talking to you right in front of me, and I'll be like, we'll be out, and my girl will be like, what? What are you looking for? And I'm like, nigga, the person that's going to kill us tonight. What the fuck you looking for?
But you have zero awareness if you're running with traffic. Because you're putting 100% faith that everybody's going to be doing what they're doing.
Yeah, I would. So are you.
When I'm running towards traffic, I'm lowering the chance of getting ran over every time. You're like, it's not 0.000, not a chance, not a chance.
For the record, I'm running with traffic, but it's really just because I want to look whoever in the eyes hit me.
And we're gonna do a drill.
Facts.
We're gonna do a drill where he stands 5 feet away, and we throw a football at this nigga and see if he can get out of the way in time.
Oh my gosh!
And that's not even 30 miles an hour. That's
okay. So these are all deliberate things you're saying. These are deliberate. Oh, I want to see if when we're driving, when I get real close to you, I can run you over. Hell yeah, you can. But how often is it going to be that random?
How often have you been hit by a car, nigga?
I have not, but because I'm focused on the car, I've saved my life multiple times.
That's why, because you were running towards traffic. Because that's why you didn't get hit by a car. So you've dodged cars before.
I feel like out of your top 5 friends, at least 3 of them have been hit by a car.
I've been hit by a car.
See,
swear to God, but I was little, and my brother, she was coming to a stop. Long story short, nigga, we were hitting jumps at the end of the sidewalk, crossing back across the street, going back to our house. Nigga hit the jump, went across the street, turned. Lady hit her brakes. I seen her go like this.
Shut up!
I swear to God, like this. Older lady. So, as I think about it, you know, she coming to a stop hit me, not like full blown hit me.
Yeah.
I get up, and I'm like, I'm more scared I had to tell my mom. I just got hit by a car.
Yo.
Nigga.
Those are the funniest ones.
Right.
When one of the youngins told me to tell the story.
So stupid.
I called you because I got hit by a car and I can't tell my mom.
Another sad story, kind of in the same realm of bad car driving or bad accidents. DJ Hayden, ex-Raider, number 1 first round pick in I just had a blank. I want to say 2014, maybe 2014,
maybe
something. Yeah, 2015.
I wonder if I knew this.
Houston, DB from Houston University. Him and like 4 of his friends died in a car crash.
Damn.
In Houston.
Damn.
Dope little sidebar. Back in, I don't know, one of the first Raider games I went to as an adult, I got a Retro 9 signed by DJ Hayden and Marcel Reese. So, pretty fire.
Damn, that's crazy.
It's crazy because, you know, like, obviously it's not like I knew the nigga or talked to him, but it's just like, I feel like lucky, like, damn, crazy nigga's gone. And I had the chance to be like, oh, hey, will you sign my shoe?
Yeah.
And he signed 4 of them.
Damn.
So there was 4 of us.
Good soul.
Yeah.
When you sent the article, I was like, damn. I'm like, how did it happen? Mm-hmm. They were just minding their business. Somebody ran a red light,
clipped them.
And
that's the thing. There was 4 in his car, and then 2 other people died. I think from the other car, and 2 other people. Like one was in critical condition.
Do you think he was facing traffic? I'm just playing.
Yeah,
that was too
face
soon.
Down in traffic, nigga.
That was too soon.
God damn.
My condolences.
Do you ever be like driving and just be like, man, we're all following the rules?
Right.
You know, like we all have faith that like once we get to the light, everybody stops, then everybody turns left, and like it's just a trip to think that this much movement is happening.
And all it takes is 1 or 2 people to not follow the rules.
Yeah.
That's what I think when people be like, you guys are all sheep. I'm like, we've been bred to be sheep.
Right.
Yeah.
We started kindergarten when we was standing in the damn line.
Right.
For real.
Oh, God.
That's what school is.
Go get food. Yeah. You ain't lying.
That's what school is.
The damn bell.
Cousin, you sent an article about some weed studies.
Oh,
marijuana studies.
Yeah, I did. And so it was saying that like adult users of marijuana are at a higher risk for like heart failure, cardiac arrest. I always feel like it's weird because it sounds like it says heart attack.
Right,
but they're like sudden death, cardiac arrest, heart attack. Let me see.
Do you think it's because it went from like Reggie to like chemically enhanced?
Like gas, just straight gas?
Yeah.
I don't know. Possibly. But I don't even think like I'm trying to think of somebody I know that blows down and that's had heart problems that are like older, you know, like my whole family, my whole dad's side of my family basically partakes.
Well, I would say my dad died at 66, and he smoked trees, but he smoked tobacco too.
As well.
So in the study that they were saying, which
first of all, these bitches had his blood running high.
Yeah, whatever. It says, okay, here we go. Let's go. Marijuana use raises risk of heart attack, heart failure, and stroke. New study says. So I'm like reading it. It says a pair of studies have found that older adults who use marijuana have more risk of heart attack or stroke when hospitalized than non-users. And are more likely to develop heart failure if they are daily users. The two studies, which have not been published, so as soon as I heard not been published, I was already kind of like, Right. But anyway, we'll keep going. This other part that I thought was good, were presented Monday at the American Heart Association scientific sessions in Philadelphia. Both studies excluded cannabis users who also smoke tobacco to focus solely on just cannabis users.
Right.
So I thought that was good. That they
and my thing is, I feel like when it comes to like weed, it's like for instance, when cops bust people with tree, they weigh everything, all 5 bags that the weed's in. Oh, this was a half ounce. No, it wasn't. Nigga, it was 3 grams and 19 bags.
Yeah.
what do you mean? You know what I'm saying? And it's like the same with what you were just saying. What re-say what you just said.
The studies haven't been published, or
but after that,
both studies excluded cannabis users.
You can tell I partake. Goddamn.
Who also smoke tobacco to focus solely on the cardiovascular.
That's where I went left with the whole cop thing. Is how many times have people like? Do you smoke blunts with? Like, do you smoke a blunt? Is that considered tobacco? Like, are you smoking tobacco? Like,
I would say 100%.
Right. Especially 100%. If you don't put a real you know what I'm saying? If you roll a blunt like my dad, nigga, you know what I'm saying? Put a 0.2 in that bit.
Oh my gosh. I man, back in the day, I get a dub and have 5 strawberry cigarillos.
Oh, good.
just flapped over, just burning tobacco.
So, nigga, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
So, you know you're just getting high off tobacco, right?
Yeah. 10 years sober. September 18th.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
shout out to J.White. That boy used to be fat as fuck. The drug addict. I'm just kidding.
I mean, I had substance abuse problems for sure, but yeah.
Go. Hey, you bounce back and now look at you.
Yeah.
Beautiful motherfucking butterfly.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
So, do you feel like you had substance abuse problems, or you have them and you just don't do it because you know?
Oh no, I
currently does.
I would say I'm never healed. I only have a defense against the first use. Like if I ever broke my pivot and smoked a cigarette or smoked trees, it would come back.
Even a cigarette,
because it's like
once you get to
I would be like, oh, the cigarette's cool. Then I'll be like, this is boring. My addictive behavior would be there.
Let's get weed and then to the next shit.
And it goes for everything that I do. I'm addicted to it. Attaboys, you know what I mean? So like once I switched the pivot and like went back to school and stuff, like I was addicted to, turning in my homework. But the thing is like nobody gets mad at you for turning in your homework. Nobody gets mad at you for wanting to show up to your job.
Right.
Nobody gets mad at you for running the extra wind sprint. Nobody gets mad at you that you ran a half marathon. Nobody gets mad at you of all those things.
Yeah.
But drinking, smoking, gambling, sex, all these types of things that are like people would say sin. If those get out of line, then the world has something to say about it. And so for me, it's a daily thing, right? Yeah. Like once the obsession left, I'm good. Like I can be around tree smokers, I can be around drinkers, I can be around people doing anything. And if I want to be there to be around the people, I'm good. Because I have like my faith in it.
And so my thing with the studies, I'm going to say I don't believe it.
Yeah.
Because I've been smoking since I was 13, my nigga.
Well, it said older adults.
I'm still alive.
I was saying, nigga, I have not had a heart problem since.
But what's considered older adults?
And that's what I was going to say is you would think immature bodies or immature hearts would not be able to deal with it as well, right? So that's why I said I think it's like, oh, you smoke weed, you're gonna fucking melt into the couch.
I had to argue in debate class.
Oh yeah,
we had to have a weed argument in college. It was pretty tight.
Yeah. I think to your point that you said earlier, if you were on the Reggie Brown back then, you might have been stuck in the couch. But when the Sonic the Chronic Hell came out,
Sonic
and people,
the Chronic, that's
you
the
know
Sonic
what I'm saying? Because there was like when the tree dropped, that you would be like, bam, I feel I want to go for a run. I want to do all the things that I want to do. It wasn't the Jimmy's on the couch just chilling.
He just broke it and 78 seeds fell out.
This thing that
makes sense.
The perspective that I was thinking about is like when they moved it to the vape pens, and you know how they have the problems with like the vaping,
the vapor.
That has to be the same thing that's happened with the cannabis. So I would say go trees.
Genius, cousin. You know how many kids be like, oh yeah, like I worked at Ling and Louis. Mm-hmm. Everybody's like, oh yeah, I smoke, and they pull out pens, and it's like, oh, do you like smoke? No, just this.
That sounds crazy.
And that's what I'm saying. It's like, oh, you don't really smoke, and that's like the new wave. Like if you smoke weed or you dab, you just dab. You hit the pen.
Yeah,
like you hit a pen, and that's considered smoking weed. And it's like, bruh,
that's vaping. And you can have the water lung and all that shit that comes with it is coming with there.
And that's what I was gonna say. That's why that's
crazy.
Yeah, I think you're onto something there.
So. Yeah, and to the point with this heart disease thing, back in the day, only like 10% of the public smoked chronic. Now, with it being legal, like everybody smoking chronic, there's some people that once it got legal, it was the first time they hit chronic.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because if you, oh my gosh, it was.
Yeah, they want to talk about how steaks give you high blood pressure and heart attacks and shit like that. But
right, the red meat.
You know what I'm saying? Sucking on a cow titty fuck you up.
Yeah, right. We the only species that do that.
Right.
Everybody else suck their own milk. We out here just, that's crazy.
Cow's milk. So, are you vegan? Or
me?
Yeah.
That'd be lit. No, one day I'm going to be vegetarian.
Yeah?
Yeah. For now, I just like to snack.
When you become vegetarian,
I'm like meat.
Huh?
When you become vegetarian, are you going to be like vegetarian for good, or are you just going to have like a span of?
I don't want to ever eat meat again if it was a choice.
Okay.
Dang. Is that just because of the planet, or is that really because you think your body reacts better to it?
No, my body definitely reacts.
But okay.
I know people who, like my lady's mom, she'll eat any sort of meat, red meat, chicken, whatever it is. Bless you. And like her body just like doesn't. It takes forever to digest it. So, I don't know. Yeah. I never understood that.
My body don't like meat. I don't think we're supposed to, though. Look at the way our teeth are, everything.
That's why you like girls with us.
That's crazy.
Go ahead.
That's crazy. I wasn't ready.
I know, that's
I wasn't ready.
And on that note, we're going to end episode 51. Oh, yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Over and out.
I appreciate you.
We don't got to try to put me in a closet now.
Yeah, you know, the world knows now.
I live my life.
You know what I'm saying? If you were looking at her dreads, and you heard she's a hooper, you wanted her to back that thing up on you. She's not gonna, my nigga. She's not. All right, she's not.
You want to know how disturbing? I get hit on by men at like a disturbing rate. It makes me so uncomfortable.
But what if they find you attractive? Like,
what if he finds you attractive?
Well, then that's fine. It just doesn't happen to me at an alarming rate. But like, you know what I mean?
He said, first of all, you would want to bring it up.
Hey, one time I was at a club and this dude was like, "Man, you jaw's so strong looking." And I'm like, that was the time where I'm like,
that's crazy.
Damn, I'm like, this dude's trying to buy me a drink and he's talking about
that nigga.
What? That's crazy reaction. To sock him?
Thank you.
When you scared of liking it?
Okay. So are you thinking they're just supposed to know?
You look like.
Are they just supposed to know?
No.
So then what's the problem with it? Like, why would you take it as a bad thing?
I don't take it as anything. It's just weird.
Yeah, it's uncomfortable.
You're telling me that you would be okay if men were just hitting on you the same way your wife be just hitting.
I'm not gonna lie.
I'm not saying it's anything against
right
anybody that's gay, but just would you feel that way? Because that's how it feels.
I'm gonna tell you firsthand. I've had multiple gay people like clearly hit on me, and it's like. I don't want to say like, oh, it's uncomfortable, but it is. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's just different.
Right. I'm not ready for that.
I like the word different. I was more playing off of the word weird because weird was like,
weird just means different.
Like No, that's good. That's good.
If I say weirdo, then that's bad.
Right.
If it's just weird, it just means different.
Got you.
Right. And that I would think that's the best way to describe it. Like, that's not something you're interested in.
Yeah.
That's not something you're expecting, and then it happens.
Right.
Right.
I just get real
Like the same way you felt when the nigga said you had a thick jaw.
Yeah.
You were like, thanks, daddy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you were like, nigga,
I was
what?
like, all right, okay. I was like, that's kind of weird.
You said, hell yeah, I might do shit. Nigga, relax. What is
Just like, what would, just like that? No. What would make you say that to somebody?
So he,
Right.
I believe, so he was in the military.
What was you doing?
He was in the. I was just at the bar, and he was at the military, and he was just like,
he was doing
just
chin-ups.
like,
right.
He was just like,
Yeah,
I think
weight
he
on your
was
neck or
saying,
what?
I'll take it like this. He was saying,
Oh,
dang,
you will.
You're wild.
you have symmetry in your face. You know, like you.
What was you guys talking about? You got to give us a little more.
He said he wanted to ride my face.
Oh my god! It started like any other night.
It was a dark, gloomy Friday.
They're pouring flaming Dr. Peppers in front of us. And I said, hey, where are you from? He said, oh, I'm just joking. It was just like a regular combo. Then he just randomly, and he did it like multiple times. And I was with your cousin, the cousin that you have in common, brother. And he's like, yo, dog, did you just see what that dog did to you? He's like, stop being weird. And I'm sitting there going, like this, right? He's sitting there going, he did exactly what y'all did. He goes, he just said you had a strong looking jaw, and he was like, he was admiring my facial structure, and it was. But I'm like playing it, like I said, I can be anywhere and be cool. Like I wasn't like gonna start. He wanted to start a fight over it, and I'm sitting there going,
No, when you say it like that. When you say it like that and break it down that way, I get it a little more. Yeah. It's just
funny.
I just wasn't ready.
Explain the shit out of you, and you weren't ready.
Yeah, I just wasn't. I wasn't ready. That's all.
But
to each their own,
but yeah. All right, episode 51. Let's try this again.
Was lit, bro. I had a good time tonight, man.
Thank you for coming. This shit was a fucking blast.
Yeah.
Again, first female on the motherfucking show.
Hey. I appreciate the perspective tonight. Was fire.
It's only solid if there's more after me, though. Yeah. It's not cool to be the first unless there's somebody after.
Yep. You already know. Well, I'm your host, Chain. Episode 51 has been real. Motherfucking comment, like, subscribe, share, all that shit. We appreciate you, my motherfucking co-host.
J. White, the F.L.Y guy.
Got anything nice to say to these lovely people?
We just keep appreciating the support. We've been putting the reels out, and I just feel like they're hitting like a consistent.
They keep going.
Number. Yeah, and I'm just like, hell yeah.
They are listening.
I'll fuck with it. Keep sharing it. Like, and when I'm looking at the analytics, it's like, 25% of it is from our core followers, and then the rest is like non-followers.
Other people, right?
That's tight.
That are seeing it for the first time, or right.
So, just thank you.
Hell yeah, appreciate you guys. And then we also got our special guest,
Cale.
And you can follow her on Instagram at.
Well, it depends on if you're a player. I'm not sharing my Instagram yet.
Oh, well, then you burnt.
Yep.
She ain't fucking with you. But if you want to get in touch with her, you could always DM one of us.
Yeah.
We might be able to, push you in the right direction.
I am coming out with a book. So once I get that together, it's
up.
It's up.
What's the name of your book, real quick?
It's the A through Z of Self-Full Love.
Okay. Children's book, right?
Yep. For the ages of 4 to 9 years old.
Hold up. I can't let us.
Okay.
There's a thing on your Instagram at the bottom, and it's like in your profile or like the little thing. What is it? Is it Ratchet? No.
Ratchet Wisdom.
Yeah, what is that?
Ratchet
just quickly.
Wisdom.
Sorry.
It's me. Every part of me. I can't pretend like I genuinely feel like I'm full of wisdom, but I don't want people to think that I'm going to be whatever you think I'm going to be, because I'm just as ratchet as I am wise, and that's why I say Ratchet Wisdom. You shouldn't have to deny any part of you.
I love it.
And I just take everything as it is.
That's what's up.
I love awesome. That. That's super fire.
Yeah.
Well, again, we appreciate you guys. Episode 51 is in the books. Next week is the big episode, 52, 1 year.
That's crazy.
Wow.
So are you guys going to be interviewed next week?
Ooh, we might. You know what I'm saying? We could. You know, a nigga like to answer questions.
Yeah.
I like to feel special every once in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think what's happening right now is I'm inviting myself back. And I'm going to go ahead and interview. Yeah. And then I interview you two. And we'll see how that works out.
Yeah.
Because I feel like the people should know. Because a year in, it's an accomplishment. You two as individuals, it's an accomplishment. You guys are doing some great things.
Thank you.
And you guys are both very playful, so people don't really get to know who you guys really are.
Right.
So,
yeah, there never was an episode of being like, oh, I'm ashamed. This is what I like to do. I like long walks in the,
Yeah.
We didn't get that, so that'd be low key
Yeah,
fire.
let's do that.
yeah.
But make sure you tune in. All platforms. Episode 51. We're out. We'll see you guys next week.